Hey Mountains View Orchestra, I thought I would give a quick tuning tutorial on how to tune your instruments using your pegs. Because what happens if you come in the morning and your A string sounds like this? This is an issue. And I will say that my experience has been with students is that 90% of broken strings happen because they don't know how to tune using the pegs or they're not being careful enough. So I'm going to try to give you some tips and tricks on how to tune with the pegs, and hopefully that helps you avoid breaking your strings, and hopefully it helps you get your strings in tune so that you can sound the very best. The first reason is you were tuning with your fine tuner and you couldn't tune it anymore. The other reason is it just because of weather or whatever reason your string came out of tune. So the first step is you need to make sure you take your fine tuner and loosen it a good deal. The next thing is make sure you have a tuning app out. One that is suggested by a lot of music teachers is this tuning app called Pano Tuner, which is spelled P-A-N-O. It's free. There are lots of other tuners out there. There's web-based software that can also tune your instrument for you. But make sure you have a tuning app out. Also, if your other strings are relatively in tune, you can compare and contrast your open string with your other strings. A couple information about the mechanics of the pegs. When I'm tuning with the pegs, I'm not just turning it. I'm turning and pushing into the peg box. That's how the peg sticks and allows the string to stay in place. So you turn and push in. The next thing to know about the mechanics of the tuning peg is it doesn't take a lot of turning to get to the pitch that you need. Okay? So here's an example. So I go from no pitch, and if I go less than half a turn, I'll get to the A that I need for my cello. And I got it close enough that now I can use the fine tuners. So again, it doesn't take a lot of turning for that peg to have a big impact on the pitch. If you're feeling like you're going 360 degrees around, you're probably going to break your string. Smaller increments on the pegs make a big difference on the pitch. Another thing that's important to note is as you are tuning, to be loosening and tightening in smaller increments. That actually helps to push the peg into the peg box, and it also kind of helps you check. So loosening and tightening is really good. My last tip, and I've already said this, is to go slow. If you think you're close to an A, I would just stop, I would get the bow out and check it with your tuning app and see how close you are. And see if you can't get it there with the fine tuners. And ultimately, I would encourage you, if you're still lost or still confused, if you want to kind of do this one-on-one, just reach out to me or Mr. Agnes and we can talk about it. You may want to consider ordering online a few extra strings. In particular, your top 2 strings. Those are the strings that are going to break more easily. Hopefully this tutorial helped you. Hopefully this avoids more broken strings. If you do break your string, please reach out to me. We'll see if we can come up with a solution quickly. Again, go slow, be careful. It's okay to restart over and over and over. If it takes you 30 times to get to the right pitch, but you didn't break your string, that's success. So don't break your strings. Be careful as you tune, wash your hands, and later I'll give a tutorial on how to put in a new string or what happens if your string gets so out of tune that the string falls out of the peg. That's for another day. I forgot a really important tip, and this is another reason that students break their strings a lot when tuning with the pegs. That tip is make sure that you are in fact tuning the right peg for the right string. I've had a lot of students who are tuning their D string, but they're turning their A string peg. You gotta follow the string up and make sure that it's in the correct peg. Don't forget that tip. Okay, for real, I'm done. Bye.